Hello, everybody. So, as per viewer request, I'm going to be doing a brief bird's eye view overview of my entire workbench setup today. So, let's get into it. I think that the best way to go over everything is just to kind of start from the left and go all the way to the right. And I just want to preface this that this is by no means a professional setup. This is a very, very small setup. If this was a professional setup, this whole room, which is otherwise just kind of a living room slash man cave, would be completely populated with bluing tanks and reloading machines and all that. So on the very far corner, we have a bench vise. This is just a Harbor Freight 4-inch vise. These are good for light duty use, but they kind of fail with anything more than gunsmithing. I also have my spare press here. This is from a Lee APP, which is an automatic production press, I think. And I just use this. I stick my friend on it when we reload together. This is just some parts from a project. Some Dremel bits I recently bought. This is a DeWalt drill with 5 amp hour battery. I love DeWalt. I might be switching to Makita though at some point. This is a mini angle or a bench grinder with a coarse grit polishing wheel, and I went with the mini specifically to reduce the footprint. It's powerful enough. I have a full size one up at the shed that just eclipses what this can do, but for small parts work, this is plenty. I also have a Dewey 24-inch cleaning rod in 22 caliber. Dewey's the best. You gotta go Dewey. And then here I have this guy, which I would show you what that does, but I don't know where the rest of it is. And that is essentially just like a rest that I can clamp the butt of the gun in here and then rest the forearm of the gun right there. And then it just kind of unthreads to get out of the way. Here I have all of my reloading dies. We've got just tons of stuff. Hornady, Lee, RCBS, and this is just for all my single stage. So I enjoy Lee because it is cheap, and if you're just reloading ammo for, say, 6.5 Carcano or 7.7 Japanese, you don't need a $200 set of dies to reload rifle ammo for that. So this is mostly my cheap dies, and then my more expensive dies are out at the shed where my larger reloading machines are. Moving into here, we just have miscellaneous reloading stuff, bullet puller, bullet trays, a little foam sponge for cleaning up, just all sorts of stuff. This is for old gunpowder, and once I accrue enough of it, I'll just go outside and burn it. Moving down from here, I have just all sorts of miscellaneous stuff, so like wood finishing with the tung oil, lacquer thinner, Noxon, which is like a brass polish. I don't really know how I feel about this yet. It's okay. And then I have some bullets for reloading. These are 38 cal. Just all sorts of stuff back here. Some media polisher for reloading. Some lye, which is very important. Surgical tubing for wrapping gun stocks for repair. Quadruple aught steel wool. I need some coarser steel wool. This is some cold blue. This is Wonder Blue or Blue Wonder. I really like it much better than Birchwood Casey. I have no idea what this is. Sanding blocks. This is a barrel vise. These are just like jaws that you just sit in your vise. So it's kind of a minimalist setup. Works for what I use it for. This is obviously a breathing mask for when I'm working with lye. Then I have Brownell's Acroglass. I have some, this is shellac, is what that is, for filling in gouges and wood stocks. That is dye for the Acroglass and various other things. And we'll go back up real quick. The tool corner, these are all my files. I've got single cut flat, 6-inch single cut with a curve, single cut triangular, square, round, coarse diamond, medium diamond, fine diamond for working on like locks and stuff, and then some smaller double cut bastard file, 8-inch, horse rasp, curved or double-sided flat rasp, and then round rasp. All of those are 6-inch. And then we've got some chisels here. These are sent by Sonoran Desert Institute. These are fantastic chisels, and they just send you a set of 3. Also, SDI sends a good selection of files as well. This is a 200-piece drill set or drill index working on the numbers, the letters, and just all of that stuff. So, and then you want to get these as well. This stuff is this entire corner is stuff I use on a daily basis. If you're going to start building a workbench, take a picture of this right now and just buy everything you can on here. It doesn't need to be the exact same high quality stuff, but this is what you need. I use this stuff all the time on pretty much every single gun, anytime I'm doing any work. These are steel punches. You want flat and round. And then these are brass punches. This is a nicer set of Grace. Again, you want roll punch or roll pin punches, flat, and then center punches or solids. And again, SDI does send you a decent selection of punches, but not to this extent. Grace screwdrivers, you want gunsmith specific screwdrivers. SDI also will hook you up with this. These are fantastic. If you've never used gunsmith specific screwdrivers, you don't know what you're missing. And then these are smaller, old Craftsman kind of precision screwdrivers that are really nice. Moving back down, oh, by the way, that's just some 30-30 brass I need to reload today. SDI also sends you a nice mat. Moving back down, we've got a Frankfurt Arsenal hand priming tool. This is great, except for that moment it almost blew up my face. And then this is I think an NRA cleaning kit. I like it a lot. This is my current sandpaper setup for wet sanding. I just have it all in increasing grit order from, I think, 80 or 150 or something, all the way up to 1200, which is my kind of standard until I go up to 1200 and then I switch to polishing compounds. That's just some extra media there and some mixing trays. Going into this little cubby is just all parts and stuff. Metric bolt kit that I got. This is miscellaneous nuts and bolts I collect over the years. Then I have O-rings, springs, hex head screws, set screws, spare bits, and grommets. Then I have a couple of knives. I'll just show these off. This one was forged out of a railway spike, which is pretty cool. And this one is an old hickory kind of butcher's knife. And I made the sheath for that myself. Those are not necessary for gunsmithing. I just like having them around. More springs. This is the cleaning kit that SDI will send you. I like it. It's really good quality and it has some really cool stuff in there. I don't use it a lot because it uses kind of a weird system. It wants you to use the wire pull-throughs instead of a full-blown cleaning rod. And then this is just spare miscellaneous cleaning brushes and stuff that I have. Moving down, just all ammo cans, primers, more primers, bullets, cases, powder, ammo, powder. And then whenever I have a case that reaches the end of its life, I crush the mouth and that goes right in there. While we're down here, we'll just do this. Basically just have an ammo can for every gun that I own. Some of them are thrown in together because running out of ammo cans and I keep buying more guns. And then pellet gun stuff over there. Moving back up. By the way, these are Harbor Freight workbenches. Both of them. I just have them nailed together and then screwed into the ground. And they are rock solid. I've been using them for years. They hold up really well. They're super cheap. They're like 150 bucks. They're so solid. I love them. I might end up buying a third to go this way at some point. Why not? And then up here, this is a Tipton gun vise. I got this for Christmas several years ago, right when I was starting to get into this. And on here, it's got all bits and stuff and little sockets, couple picks. I have a lot of Harbor Freight stuff because I used to work at Harbor Freight. And so I got the employee discount and I used that to its fullest. I really like these little things. I literally found them in cleaning kits at Walmart, and they take a bit, they take a pull through, they take a cleaning rod. They're fantastic. I love them. I have like 3 or 4 of them. Horsehair brush. These are also all the little anvils that fit into the holes. Why is this table wet? And I have 8 of them because 4 each. So those are great when you need them. I don't use them a lot. I should probably get rid of them, a couple of them, because I have 8. Snap-on screwdriver, ratcheting. If you've never used a ratcheting screwdriver, again, you don't know what you're missing. These are like $60. If you ever run into a Snap-on truck and you don't buy anything else, buy this. I love that. It's Gunsmith's best friend. I have Hops 9 in here. I have a pretty dim flashlight. I think this is like 100 to 200 lumens. And then a slightly brighter flashlight at around, maybe 1100 lumens. An old girlfriend of mine got me this back in high school, and it's great. I've got screwdriver, Sharpie, tweezers, all these little straw things that aerosol cans come with, pen, and there should be other stuff in there. I don't know. Dillon powder measure, because I ended up with like 6 of them, and why buy a regular powder measure when you can use the Dillon one? Redding Big Boss 2, Big Boss 2 press. This is the king of traditional O-frame presses, cast iron, until you get into the special stuff with the new whatchamacallit presses. We're not going to even touch on that, but this has on the press priming, removable lever, so you can switch to a roller handle, which I'm going to do that. Bushing for the dies, so if you ever fuck it up, no worries. Really good linkage system that's removable, rebuildable, greasable, and then the primers come right down through the ram, through this hose, and then you just put the trash can right there. AR-15 mat, because yes, in Massachusetts you work on so many AR-15s. Moving into this drawer, this is my primary tool drawer. Hammers, I got a shorty, a long one, and then brass and plastic. I've got a little pistol cleaning rod, which is also nice for doing chambers. Steel wool, just a spare file that doesn't fit up there. Steel, copper, plastic brushes, adjustable wrench. You do a little bit of wrenching, but not a lot, so an adjustable is all you really need. AR-15 wrench, because again, in Massachusetts, you do so much work on AR-15s, it's not even funny. This is the gun for the Acro glass that I was talking about earlier. File handles, which SDI will send you. Vice grips, smaller vice grips because gunsmithing. Pliers, hemostats. File card, which I don't think SDI sends you that. I think I bought that in the Wheeler file set. Which, by the way, the Wheeler file set really good, but they don't send you a bastard file or a double cut file of any sort. Those 6-inch files, even though they're really big, they cut very, very slow. Then I just have some specialist tools back here, stuff for air guns. And even though this is a big wrench, and I just said you don't need big wrenches, I don't use that as a wrench. And then tap handle, all that other stuff. Moving into this next drawer, I've got calipers. SDI sends you calipers. They're pretty good. They have Bluetooth, which I don't know how to use Bluetooth. Spare bits. What are these called? These are called razor blades. Duh. Fat wrench. If you're doing any kind of scope work, get a fat wrench. Don't even question it. These are punches. These are Harbor Freight punches. They're actually really good, but I don't use them a lot because they're very short. Those are more like machinist punches almost. And then this is also from Wheeler, same people that make the fat wrench. These are bubble levels for a scope job. I don't use them a lot. They're really good on very high-end rifles where the scope and the gun are actually all aligned and everything is well made. But on cheaper scopes where the reticle or the crosshair isn't even like level compared to the turrets, it's useless. And then I have some other measuring boys in there. I can't even remember what those are called. Moving on to the next drawer. This one's a little bit chaotic. Safety glasses, magnifying lens, and then just all chargers and stuff. And then also a bench block. These are really nice because they fit. You can buy different ones that are specifically made for certain guns. I think this is for like a 1911. You can see the barrel link goes down there and then it goes across, something like that. It's pretty nice. This one's Wheeler, and then just all different size holes for punching into. And then power strip. So that surge protector is pretty nice. This is my polishing drawer. Get polishing grits. Go on Amazon. $70 for all that sandpaper. And then I think it's another $20 for all this polishing compound. And you can polish anything. Some more steel wool, some polishing compound that the school sends you. Very fine self-lubricating Arkansas stones. These ones are not necessary, but they're really nice for doing trigger jobs. And then just miscellaneous sandpaper I have, and then also some steel shim stock, some high carbon steel shim stock, various thicknesses. Also really good to have if you're doing any kind of action tuning on old worn out guns. So, and then just scissors to cut this all. And then here's my Dremel. You want cutoff wheels, you want wire wheels, you want burrs, you want grinding wheels, and you want buffing wheels, everything. And then SDI will send you a pretty cheap Dremel. It's good. It comes with a flex shaft, which is worth all the money in the world. I don't use it because I spent too much money on my real Dremel, and I want to get my money's worth. Paper towels. Don't cheap out on paper towels. You'll be using a lot of them. Small, medium, and large. Cleaning patches. Get good ones. They're still cheap. Why would you cheap out? And then I just got this. This is a cheesecloth, which is the grossest name ever, but it's pretty good for cleaning stuff. Thermometer. Infrared thermometer. Very, very useful. This is kind of a deep storage up here because I obviously can't open it. So it's just stuff that I don't want to get rid of, but I don't really use that much. In here is all different lubricants. I really like Tetragun. As you can see, I have a lot of it. Loctites. 680 Loctite is really, really good for certain things. Tune in a tube for the air guns. More Blue Wonder. And then moving into here, miscellaneous tools. Leather strapping is really nice to have. Various snap caps, C-clamp. This is for fitting a butt pad, which I fit the butt pad on that, and I just was like, oh, I don't actually need that at all. So I don't really know how I feel about this tool. It's nice. I haven't really found the spot for it yet. Magnetic dishes, clay for doing air rifle stocks as well as for glass bedding. Spare seals for tons of different types of air rifles. More spare seals for even more different types of air rifles. Down here, rubber plugs for barrels. These are amazing and I love them. Soft jaws for C-clamps / vices. Various size dowels. More files. This thing, whetstone, block, more C-clamps, and a bag. Can you tell I don't go in there much? Okay, and then over here we have even more cleaning stuff. Spare rubber gloves, electronic cleaner, carbon choke cleaner, stone oil, holster. This is Dicam layout fluid. This is amazing and I love it. Wait. Where are you? Prussian blue. SDI will send you some of this. This stuff, as soon as I figured out how to use it, leveled up my gunsmithing so much. It's just cheating when you're fitting two parts to each other, and it's really hard to explain briefly, so I'll let the school do that if you really need it. Brown, which Birchwood Casey Brown sucks, and then just all different cleaners and lubricants and stuff. Really nice motor oil. More Tetragun in the back. Moving into this kind of back alley. Fine tooth hacksaw, which is very important. My friend got me these sockets years and years ago, and they're kind of like they're a hollow drive socket, so like the ratchet's even hollow. They're pretty nice. Rubber gloves. I like the 7mm from Harbor Freight. They work very well. And then I have, that is a Mauser barrel vise. Very long screwdrivers for getting the stock screws on certain old guns. And then one of these carpenter's clamps. And that pretty much rounds everything off. That was a very quick crash course. And I have all that stuff. I have stuff out in the other room. Then I have 2 sheds full of stuff. But this is the core that I use every single day. So I really hope that you guys found this pretty helpful. I know that it's intimidating getting into gunsmithing. It's a very archaic trade, and there's a lot that is just kind of not explained well at first. And I hope this kind of clears up a lot of it. And I would say to start with, invest $200, get a couple really good files, a bastard file really, a brass hammer, a couple punches, and a vise. And really, at first, that's all you need to start, and then go from there. Get more files, more polishing equipment, and just grow naturally. And the school SDI, if you're in school for that, it gets you the right tools, and the tools that they don't send you, they tell you you need, and you can get them on your own time. And so it's a really good base point. But there is stuff that is definitely missed in there that I hope this will kind of explain more of. And if you have any questions on any specific tools or goodies I have in here, or you want to see the rest of what I have up at the shed for machining and the other shed for reloading, I'll be more than happy to make part 2, part 3, part 4, whatever I need to do on this. So thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day.